Robert Madrano, owner of Peach Hill Soils. What I'd like to show you today is how we turn this green waste into a valuable 3-inch minus mulch, and then turn that material into a high-grade garden humus, which is good for your gardens. We're going to take you through a detailed step-by-step process that I think you're going to find really interesting. This material here just came in yesterday, and as you see, it's very green. When it lands in here, when it comes off of the tub grinder, it's about a 12 to 14 month process. We add water, we heat it up to about 145 degrees, we turn it, we screen it. It's quite an intensive process to make high-end compost and super high-end mulch. And that's what we're doing here today. So what we're witnessing here is our 600 horsepower tub grinder taking the green waste, which is basically shrub cuttings, wood rounds, rose clippings, things of that nature, and turning it into a 3-inch minus mulch. 3-inch minus means some of the bigger pieces are 3-inch, and in this material, the minus is the finer stuff, which will result into compost eventually. Now that we've witnessed the grinding of the green waste and reduced the size of it to a 3-inch minus, step 2 is adding water. Once we have a pile of green waste that has been chipped up, we move it to our composting area, a different section of the location here. It's designated for composting. We add water to the fresh mulch that's been chipped up. And the reason for that is so that we can get the temperatures up in the material so it does start breaking down. Now we're actually actively making compost. It is a long process that requires a lot of turning, aerating, monitoring, temperature checking, adding water when necessary, and then it gets moved to a windrow. Once it's in the windrow, now we can control it much better. Now we know what the temperature is throughout the windrow. It's easy to turn to aerate. It's easy to add water to it, and now we've actively started this process. From beginning to end, it's approximately 12 to 16 months that we put this material through. So it is a super high-end quality mulch, super clean, high-end quality compost. So here's the mulch pile after we've chipped it. We've added water to it, we've windrowed it, we put it through the pathogen reduction process, through the extensive composting process, and here's the result of that. As you can see, by adding the water to the material, it helps it break down and just makes the screening process a lot cleaner. How hot does it get? Well, here's an idea. I put this thermometer in about 10-15 seconds ago, and that's what the temperatures are reading. Those types of temperatures are necessary for the composting process. Helps it break down, sterilizes the material, burns any weed seed that might be in the product, and also kills any pathogen that might be present. This is our screening operation. We're running the material through what's called a 720 trauma screen. This machine behind me will separate the two materials. One's a 3-inch minus, one's a 1/4-inch minus garden humus. This is the final stage of the process. This machine is called a trauma screen. Very important piece of machinery in this business. As you saw, we put buckets of mulch in the hopper. The material then comes from a belt into the screen. The fines or the compost falls through these small holes that you see, a 1/4-inch minus, and that goes off to one side. The bigger material stays in the tub, makes it out to this screen, and that's our 3-inch minus forest mulch. So, extremely important machine to make two different types of products. Now we're ready to take a sample of this material to a local lab. The reason for that is we check it for heavy metals, pathogens. We do a comprehensive soil analysis, which tells us nitrogen, potassium, pH, all the important things we need to know to ensure that we've made a quality product. So the two belts that you see behind me coming off the trommel screen, the belt to my left is what we call the fines. That's our compost, that's our garden humus. That's the 1/4-inch minus material that comes off that belt that is our compost. The belt to my right, that's our overs belt, or our forest mulch belt. So that's going to be our 3-inch minus forest mulch. We've now separated the two products into two different types of material. The Garden humus that you see to my left is going to be for something mixed into the soil as a soil building material. The mulch you see to my right is something that goes on top of the soil, holding in moisture, erosion control, weed suppression, feeding the plants slowly but surely, saving you 50% of water use, and encouraging some earthworm activity. So there's many benefits to both of these products.